Good morning. Welcome to day 3 of the 20-day Build Your Brand Challenge. And today we've got a great exercise for you, one that's a little bit more casual and relaxed, and you can do it anywhere that you like. Today we're going to talk about creating a vision board or a mood board. Now let's understand the difference between the two. If you were creating one yourself, what you're creating is a vision board. However, if someone else was doing it for you, for example, if we were doing one for our clients for their brand, we would be creating a mood board. Now, before any of you creatives and consultants get, your knickers in a knot, we have found over the last 10 years that every time we have created a mood board for our clients, when we've been building their brand, that every single occasion, we've never missed the brief. It has been spot on. So this is a really powerful exercise because the whole point of this exercise is that in one picture, no matter how large that picture is, whether it's an A4 or whether it's a giant poster size, you can look at your brand in terms of pictures and photographs, quotes, typography, anything that you feel, and you get an instant view of your brand. It comes alive. It comes alive so much that elicits so much emotion from you. You get so excited by it that you just can't help but propel yourself forward. It's the same kind of feeling as your favorite song. We've all got that song that when we hear it, we hear that tune, we just bust out into a move. For me, it's J-Lo's Let's Get Loud. Every time I hear it, let's get loud. I can't help but bust a move out. I don't care where I am. If I'm in the shopping centre, if I hear it on iTunes, it doesn't really matter. But that kind of emotion that pulls me forward and makes me want to move is exactly what you need to achieve from creating your own vision board or your mood board. Now, some of you out there might be thinking, this is a little bit woo-woo, this is a little bit too far-fetched. But psychologically, it's actually been proven that if you look at something, an image, a visual, subliminally, every day, statistically, the ability for you to actually achieve that goal or achieve that vision is far higher than if you didn't have it presented at all. So now that we understand what a mood or a vision board actually is, let's get down to creating one. So now you can create this any which way. So there's no right or wrong about it. The point about this exercise is getting the end result. And the end result is that we're going to end up with a vision that we can look at instantly and we see our brand come alive. And the way that we want to do that is we want to find pictures, we want to find visuals, we want to find photographs, we want to find quotes, we want to find typography, we want to find anything that we can that represents the brand who it is. And there's lots of different places that you can actually get that. You can cut up old magazines and you can stick them together like a collage. You can trawl through whichever social media profiles that you want and you can take screenshots, so you can download images. You can go to image libraries and take a look at images that you find inspirational or aspirational. It can be artworks that you've done, things that you've drawn, things that you've painted. It can be photographs that you've taken overseas or just in general. It can be images of celebrities and gurus that you aspire to be like. It can be quotes that you put on there that underpins your brand. Quotes like, getting it done is better than perfect. Things like that, things that your brand actually stands for. Now, when I say your brand, I'm saying it collectively. So your brand being your personal brand, your business or your product brand. It doesn't really matter. And it's okay to look at other competing products that may actually be out there or things that signify what it is that you want to achieve with this brand. It doesn't matter how you pull them together. Like I said, if you're able to create something in PowerPoint, if you've got access to some kind of graphic software, maybe you could actually use Canva and create a series of smaller posts. that you could actually then print out and piece all together. And it doesn't matter if you literally glue it all together, cut and paste it, and you've got it. The point is that you end up with one strong visual. Now, this exercise may actually take a couple of sittings to do. You're not going to get it right in the first sitting, so don't even try. And again, this exercise is not about speed. It's about getting it right, and it needs to be right for you. And the reason that this is such an important document, just like we talked about what the brand stands for and we understood the anatomy of a brand and the strength of how that brand should actually stand, this document needs to be that visual representation, because when your business grows beneath your brand, you're going to have to get buy-in from other people. And the fastest way to get buy-in is to visually show people the end result. Where is it going to be? What is it going to become? Who is going to see it? Who is going to interact with it? How are they going to look? How are they going to feel? All of that needs to be on your vision board. So here are a couple of examples of what you could actually put on your vision board. And I'm going to use my vision. Yes, I'm actually going to be honest and tell you what it is that I want to do in life. In my life, in this lifetime, I want to take branding to the masses. I don't care if you're a startup. I don't care if you're an established business trying to leave a legacy behind. And I don't care if you're a business just trying to make a profit. I want to take branding to the masses. So on my vision board, I have things like a picture of a speaker at a TEDx conference, because I want to talk about the transformative power that brand actually has for personal brands. You know, I have pictures of me photoshopped onto a stage talking in front of tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people, because that's what I want to do. I want to teach, I want to educate, I want to mentor and coach brands to be the best that they possibly can be. I've also got other things on there that my brand and my business is also going to fund my lifestyle. So I have things like a picture of JLo standing next to a private jet as she's about to enter, because I'd like to travel via private jet. We've all traveled first class on occasion, but private jet is just another echelon above. You know, things like if you want to be a guru, is it a photograph of a guru, of someone that's already doing what you're doing? You know, do you aspire to be able to have your brand sponsor one of the étapes and the Tour de France? Does that mean you've got a picture of the Tour de France there? You know, is your brand aspiring to do space exploration? So you've got a picture of perhaps a space shuttle or something out of space. You know, are you trying to create a product, invent a product, some kind of a fashion accessory, some kind of a swimsuit using, you know, a fabric that's recycled from, say, plastic bags, for example? You know, is that an image of a swimsuit that you're going to put on there? You know, or is it simply about making money? And it's okay for your brand to be simply about making money, as long as you're honest and authentic about it. You know, you might have bags of money. You might have pallets of actual cash in your country's currency stacked up. You know, you might even have a photograph of The Rock wearing a t-shirt saying, "Rent's due." That's actually a mantra he lives by, because he knew that he had to get out there and do what he had to do every day just because he had to earn the money to say rent's due. And in his perception, rent's due every single day. So now you're starting to get a little bit of an idea in terms of what kind of photographs or what kind of images you can use on your vision board, but you've also got to think laterally. So when you start to get into the flow and you start getting more ideas, and I can search for this and I can search for that, it's a really good idea to make sure that you've got a pen and paper, so that as you get that inspired thought, as you get the idea, but you're looking at something else, write it down, write it down, write it down, so that when you finish with that inspired thought, or you've finished with searching that pathway, you can then go to the next idea and the next and the next and the next until you've exhausted all of the other ideas. Now here are some ground rules. You need to do this exercise alone. If you have staff or employees, they need to do the exercise alone, and then you need to come together to group the findings so that together, collectively, you can create a much, much stronger vision. In addition to that, you're not also going to get it done in one sitting. So if you're finding that this is a little challenging, we're going to do it in twos. Set a 2-hour time limit to do it in sitting one. Come back in 2 days and repeat the 2-hour sitting. Come back 2 days after that and repeat the third 2-hour sitting. By the end of 3 attempts, you will have something that you can actually piece together. Now, the other thing to remember, another rule, is that this is a living and breathing document. So you might get it 70 or 80% right, but that 20 or 30% might not fit, or you might not be able to find it. It doesn't mean you're not going to. It just simply means that you're not going to find it in that particular sitting or in that particular location that you're looking for it, whether that's online or offline. So it's important to know that it's okay to come back to it. It's okay to add to it. It's okay to jostle it just a little bit, and it's okay just to sort of keep perfecting and perfecting so that you actually get your end result too. And the other thing you want to remember is don't edit your thoughts. As you think of something, as you get a visual, as you get an idea, a quote, a picture, a word, a color, a building, a place, a location, it doesn't matter what it is. If it pops up for you, don't censor it. Let it come out. Save it, copy it, cut it out, put it all together, put it all there in the mix. And when you finish the session, when you've executed every single one of those ideas that you've written down, then come back and collate or edit what you need. Don't do it as you're going through. That's really important. That's a challenge that I give to all of my designers and creatives that work in my team. I'm constantly saying, what else can we do with this? What else? What else? What is there? What else? What else? What else? Because there's always a something else. And that's okay. The point that I do that with is I get them out of the apprehension, and I get them out of the censor, oh, what if they won't like it, that doesn't fit. We get rid of that. We just want to get it all out, get it all in front of us like a huge smorgasbord, and then we want to pick and choose what we want. So, great exercise. I would really love to see what some of you come up with. Please share with me some of your vision boards. I'd love to give you some advice and some feedback. Make sure you tag or you comment us. Make sure you follow this profile and turn notifications on. And I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.